I really didn't come here to fool around like this. Oh, they're up. This will be a good chance to get the lay of the land from up high. Going around on foot won't give you that. Can't say it's not worth it, right? Honestly, you always did have a way of talking people into things. Very well, then, I'll come along.
Hang on tight!
Right. I think I might enjoy this.
Aww. Oh, look at them. Dad, Mom.
This thing tends to wobble a little, doesn't it?
Gigi.
Heck of a view!
This is kind of refreshing, actually. What a nice view!
So I just...
I never realized the ocean could be so beautiful. The wind is quite strong.
Okay, that's it.
That was one hell of a ride!
I enjoyed myself thoroughly.
I thought there were going to be like deep conversations, something like that. Okay. No,
Confirming your plans.
I got things to give.
Thank you. Thanks.
God damn, it's too hot without an air conditioner.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it.
Thanks a bunch.
I'll take good care of it.
You have my thanks.
Stylish sunglasses. So, no. Yes, my wife. I got 3. Huh. My wife. I think it's about time you came clean, Divine Blade of Silver. Out with it, what exactly is Ikaruga up to, and why did you fight Van in Lamport? Geez, someone forgot to take their chill pill. This something. In my defense, I helped Van out in the end. Or wait, maybe that's what really got you all hot and bothered. I can do this all day if I have to. The sooner you stop dodging my question, the sooner you can be on your way. Actually, I have another idea. Perhaps you will be in a more talkative mood if I bring you to your knees, Divine Blade. You are on. Let's let our swords do the talking. Whoa, hold it. What? Van, Zane. Ah, glad we made it in time. Look, this ain't the time or the place for this. I get how you feel, but you gotta take it easy, alright? We can't handle have you pulling a Walter. Right now we need to figure out what the owner of this place is after, so let's put aside the personal grudges, huh? It's not a no, you're right, I lost my cool. Damn, I was actually looking forward to testing my mental against the famous beauty's play too. Guess I'll take a range check on that, but for your information, I'm ready to go anytime you are, especially now that I'm all fired up. Trust me, I fully intend to take you up to that, and that may happen sooner than you expected. Sparks are still flying. The girl already had her market, but after the incident in Lamport, I think Elaine hit a boiling point. To be fair, Jizuna ain't doing herself any favor, what with all the taunting. That's God's trouble with a capital T. Think I may have to step in. Oh, do you know some other way we can resolve this? Let me guess, you want to propose something that will help us let off some steam without resorting to bloodshed. At least let me say it for myself. What do you mean? And did you just read Van's mind? Sure did. Jealous? Ah, knock it off, you two! I get that you two have an axe to grind, but there aren't ways to set up beef that don't involve cleaving each other in half. I got a much safer solution in mind. Follow me, girls. Alright, we're all set. Let's get the show on the road. It's the battle of the blades. Blades, babes. Beauty blade versus the divine blade of silver. But instead of clashing steel, they are clashing wheels. In a reverting bikini RetroBlue bike race. I feel so foolish. Why would you, a lot of people suggested that we wear bikini? Because if it levels the playing field, you won't have the clothing air resistance excuses when I make you eat my dust. I also just thought having a little eye candy would attract a few more eyeballs. She knows how to draw a crow, that's for sure. Guess that comes with the unclouded eye package. Would you please stop trying to rationalize this? Hey, turn up that from upside down. You're gonna have a blast, I promise. Another swordsman I know likes to ride RetroBlue bikes sometimes, so I take them for a spin a few times to see what the big deal was. I never won a full blow race with them before. I'm pretty shocked for this. So you're completely enthralled with this ridiculous idea. Why am I not least bit surprised? I get the swordsmanship more your speed, but something is good to expand your horizon and give something else a whirl. Besides, you are getting to duke it out with the divine blade and see the island from a new point of view. You are killing two birds with one stone. Prince Charit's bunch and Arcade Solution team are making sure the roads are clear of any bystanders. So don't worry about putting on the barricades. You are clear to go hell-bent to leader. Are you two then? Everyone's diving me up the wall here. Fine, if it's a race you want, then it's a race you will get. I'll be running circles around you. Well, see about that. First one to finish 2 full laps around the island be the winner. Alright ladies, start your engines. No, I was this close to beating you, then you had to pull the cheap little stunt at the last second. You must have got the idea to venture off the beaten path after I showed you up in the first lap. I was simply thinking on my feet, so to speak. You pulled the rook out from me, so I thought I returned the favor. I bet everything on that last gambit. Well, my props. I guess your recent experience in the capital really paid off. This just goes to show up I have to go a long way. You realize the dial only goes up to 10, right? Anyway, I hope that helped clear the air between you two. You feeling better, Elaine? Yes, I am. I think I was a little too high-strung earlier. I recognize now there are more pressing matters at hand. I should have let myself get so tunnel visioned. Still, it's too bad we couldn't go toe to toe in an actual sword fight. But I'm sure we'll have other chances down the line. Right, and when that time comes, I promise I'll give it my all. Those girls just don't know when to quit. Well, at least they are not at each other's throats anymore. Yep, and I got a feast for the eyes. Oh, I don't think you will be going anywhere. Indeed, not until we got some payback. Payback? For what? What do you think? For making me race in this ridiculous outfit, not to mention all those tactless little comments you made. I will have to know that was one of the most embarrassing things I ever done in my life. How about a 3-person race this time? We all go all out and make you eat dirt fair and square. Oh, whoa, hold up a sec, there's no way I can compete with you two. I don't think you're getting out of this one, pal. Hate to say it, but you had this one coming.
I would have preferred a proper sword fight, but I still had a lot of fun in the end. Thanks, Van.
You got off easy this time, Van. Next time, I'll let my sword do the talking.
Confirming your plans.
Got 2 connection, got rain, okay. There, that takes care of the equipment. Hello, Albert. Sorry to bother you on your day off. Would you mind checking with Odette about those documents from our last meeting and transferring them my way? Much appreciated. There will be a souvenir with your name on it when I get back. I almost forgot, I need to send the vendor an order mail. May as well take this opportunity to draft up a schedule for the guests of honor too. I see the problem. Do you think this plan will actually work? Depends on how well you play your cards. There you are, Ren. Hello, Van. Agnes. To what do I own the pleasure? Well, we were just wondering if you'd like to come to the beach with us. It's not every day we get to spend time together at a resort after all. Much as I appreciate the sentiment, I will have a few pending tasks on my plate. But perhaps I could make room for some afternoon tea. None of that work has to be finishing right this second, does it? If it absolutely needs doing it, I'd be happy to help later. But I mean a lot to me, but if you join us. Oh, very well. I can afford to take a breather. Then let's get changed and meet up over the beach. Beach volleyball. It's been ages and a half. What got you excited? Admission I'm back in Crossbell. Yes, I play with a family that I'm acquainted with. They had their little boy Colin with them at the time, so I would consider it a serious boat. In fact, it almost feels as though Agnes proposed this idea in hopes of stoking that particular memory. I was just taking it be a nice way to unwind. She also figured you could handle all your pent up stress into the game. You know, from the leading on the students and all. I never say that. That's funny, I consider my work on slimmer side compared to a certain part-time job of yours like this. I even get to hold tea parties on a regular basis, complete with all the sweetest treats I can stomach. Sweetest treats. You will ever need an advisor. I mean, we already got you out of the onto the sand, so there is no worming your way out of this. I suppose a bit of recreation won't hurt, but I'm getting changed and heading back right after. At any rate, unless you're fancy trading off 1 versus 1, we are still a player short, in which I got something in my contacts. No, it's no contacts. What thingy, stuff thingy. Why? No, this one. Why there is something? Always there is something. I don't see. But I guess. Then perhaps I could fill the gap. The golden butterfly. Hold the phone. I was thinking we could look around for the perfect fourth. And you have found her. I know a good time when I see one. Plus, it isn't often that I have an opportunity to get a better friend. A bit early to be gloating. Have you even considered the possibility that you may lose? And here I was hoping to keep this simple. Hey, surprise are the spice of life, right? Now come on, let's split into teams. This isn't exactly how I thought we'd pair up. Oh, it seems well balanced to me, all things considered. Or are you saying you wish you'd be partnered with Mr. Arkwright instead? Sorry Agnes, I didn't mean to steal him away from you. He isn't mine to begin with. Our plans going out a little of course, but yeah, no big deal. What happened with Ren Arm? If we're going through with this, we may as well make a competition of it. What about this? The losing team has to do any one thing the winning team says. Oh, a little thrill to raise the stakes, I like it. The idea of having you and Ren at my whim is tantalizing indeed. I could say much the same in reverse, though I doubt it will teach you any lesson. That said, I'm not so sure if Agnes' idea of a reward. No need to worry for my sake, Ren. I don't plan on taking this game lightly. Oh, if you insist. I guess we'll just have to go all in out there, won't we, Van? Ren, it back it, will you? We can't let them beat us, Lucrezia. Mine, but you aren't eager. Should we then? Oh my god, I got to see things. Ah, you have me full at the end. I didn't even notice Agnes going for the spike. Especially when you be building your place around Red Sea the whole match. The young lady here thought that if I drew your attention, she could take you by surprise at the last minute. So it was still a complete gamble as to whether or not I could actually pull it off. I just figured there was no way we could beat you two head on. Heh, color me impressed. Apparently working for a Spriggan has made you rather crafty. Well, the winners get to give the losers one command, so don't be shy, let's sit here. I will do whatever you ask so long as it isn't anything that will hurt our friendship down the line. It was your strategy that won us the game. Why don't you do the honors for us? Renee, I order you to dive up more of your student council duties with the rest of us. Huh? You're always so preoccupied with getting everything done yourself. Yes, it's important to prepare for the upcoming festival, but even here on the island you have been working remotely. Guilty as charged. I know you're a genius who can do whatever she set her mind to. You tackle everything light-heartedly, academic or otherwise. Even during that ordeal at Aramis, you were there to back us up. But Odette, Albert, and I are members of the student council too. You don't have to shoulder it all on your own. Supporting you is what we are here for. So please try to lean on us a little more, okay? Agnes. Now, I see. So that's why you invited me out here to play volleyball with you. Can you blame her? It may just be a game, but she was hard-pressed getting you to take her seriously otherwise. The Golden Butterfly wasn't part of the plan, but it did make for a better match in the end. Though now I wonder if you only squeezed yourself in because you knew what we were up to. Why, I can't have a clue what you mean. Thank you all of you. Orders are orders. I promise to share more of my responsibility with the rest of the student council from now on. Just don't change your tune when the work pile up to your ears. Ren, I won't have it any other way. Look, they throw me a lure into a wow.
Dear me, if I'm causing you to worry that much, Agnes, then I must be slipping. You and Van have my thanks. And I suppose Retsy does as well.
I've always wanted to help lift some of the burden from Ren's shoulders. I guess this goes to show that I've grown since I started working at Arkwright Solutions.
Confirming your plans.
Finally, the guy that walks went away. Okay. One day we're gonna have a studio. Okay, Mr. Salison, from what I observe at a distance, you appear to be overly fixated on your leg movement. I suspect your form will be much more stable if you focus engaging your body as a wall. My body as a wall? I never realized swimming was so involved. Well done, that little nugget of advice had more insight than about 100 of mine. My apologies, I didn't instead to speak out of turn. Perhaps I will try venturing out in deeper waters this time, if you excuse me. Good to know she's having fun. Heck, she seemed more in her element than usual. Nothing wrong with festival for eyes, but stare any harder and they will fall out of their sockets. It's not like that, at least not entirely. I was just impressed, obviously. Only she can know what it's like to be mostly prosthetic. But I still can't help wondering how much sheer effort it took for her to be able to swim so well. I get what you mean, but there is more to it than that. She had to go through all sorts of experiments in virtual space before getting to that body. It must have been a long road, and all while she knew it wasn't gonna be anything like the real deal, like what they're doing to Dingo, I guess. For better or worse, there's a gap between Reset's physical self and the person she's inside. I'll bet the reason she takes life by the horns is because she's constantly doing all she can to bridge that gap. Bridge the gap, huh? I was right to be impressed then. Facing her circumstances head on, enjoying herself along the way, I don't think I could ever. For what it's worth, most everybody feels this way about someone else. But before dwelling on what you don't have, why not building some confidence in who you are right now? And if you can't get it off your mind, then take that negative and channel it into motivation yourself instead. Van, yeah, you're right. I should take a page out of her book and... Hold on, I think something's wrong with the Reset. Oh. Crap, she's trouble. Wait here, Quattrowel. Hang in the Reset, I'm coming. What are you... Oh, hell. Thank you both. I'm just glad you're okay. Wasn't expecting you to start drawing out there. Did your artificial body go haywire? It will appear I was so engrossed in swimming that my output exceeded its limiter. My system then temporarily shifted into an underlocked state in order to prevent an overload. Mortifying as it's so to admit it, I began a tad more carried away with myself than anticipated. You think? But hey, as long as it's nothing serious. I'm terrible sorry. Don't be, in fact, I'm kind of jealous. You accept your body for what it is and push yourself to be the best you can regardless. There's something incredible about that. Mr. Salison? Oh, the contrary, I believe you are the incredible one. Despite being only a novice at swimming, you rush out to my aid without a second thought. That's proof you are always maturing every second of every day, this very moment including. I envy you for it. No matter how they enhance my body performance, that sort of growth is difficult for me. Oh, now that you mention it, how did I manage to swim all of a sudden? I think that's why they call an adrenaline rush. Plus, you are probably picked up a few tricks watching Reset. You had me on pins and needles for a sec though. Starting to think I have to haul both of you back. Still, you leap into action to save a friend. You ask me, that's something to be proud of. Yeah, I guess I could stand to have a little more self-esteem. Thanks, man. You too, Reset. I need to put some serious thought into who I want to be. Then, someday, I'll be able to hold my head up high in front of the others. So, in other words, we have yet to find any leads, surfering or not. Yeah, we went over this place with a fine-tooth comb. That's all. Say something about this place stinks. I just haven't sniffed out the source of the stench yet. It's odd that our elusive owner invited us all here only to never show his face. Well, it's not like we are in a rush to meet him. I can't imagine he invited us here just to give us a relaxing vacation. Doubtful, he's hatching a plot, and nothing good ever comes from that. Then that's all the more reason to stay on the alert. I just want to get loose and shut the shit, man. Is that too much to ask? It'd be a good idea to think how we wanna spend our time for tomorrow on. Oh, another airline is coming. I believe that's the last flight scheduled for today. Considering we are in off-season right now, I doubt there are many passengers on board. Hold the phone, is that who I think it is? That's one of Marduk's airships. No way. Wait, I mean, look who is on the deck of that boat.
Thanks for the help, Kurogane. Everything work out okay?
Okay, wait a second. Too loud for me. Okay.
Yes. I've already made contact with our main unit. Also, I have a message from the matron.
What a dull-ass hunk of rock. Why in hell's name would he hole up here?
Perhaps this is merely a misdirection on his part.
Qasim!
Even those Dominions tagged along. Didn't think we'd be running into each other again so soon.
So you came, as I anticipated.
I assume you were drawn here because of that intel.
I'm only here because of the risk management AI's assessment. The general manager requested I fly to this island post-haste. I believe the others are here to assess the threat as well.
Sure as hell didn't expect to find you guys here.
The same goes for the vice captain. Who would have thought we'd be sitting shoulder to shoulder on the heels of that dreadful little squabble?
I have no quarrel with you at present. There's a time and a place for grudges.
That's our line, bucko.
Oh, so these are the people they were telling us about. Sounds like everyone has their own reasons for being here.
They're probably after the Fragments or the island's owner.
I'm surprised some of them would even dare to show their faces here, though.
Oh, shit! Damn Spriggan and his brats are here! The hell's going on?
The chaos in Longport tapered off much sooner than I predicted. I suppose we have the Liu family to thank for that.
So, you bastard! Stay your tongue, boy. Neither words nor action can change what's past. Save your breath, and spare us your misplaced ire.
Calm down. Don't let him get to you.
It looks like the prominent players have arrived. Gathering us all here was likely part of the owner's plan.
Only Adios knows why, though. Unless those two know something we don't.
Hell no. There ain't a man in all of Zemuria who knows what goes on in that crazy bastard's head.
However, he did say you would likely be here. At least now we can finally settle matters between us.
We'll just see how things play out. Either way, this will make for quite the interesting little vacation.
She was here. Ah, that sure was a hassle, but I think we finally got it all sorted out. Still can't believe we had that many people show up all around. Just what the hell is that not jump up to? Okay, mulling over it now won't really solve anything. If he's gonna make a move, he'll do it tomorrow. We can work out what our next play is in the morning. Something smell off though. Maybe I should take another look around the island before hitting the sack. Okay, let's try and find first. Yeah, they didn't use all the activity.
New activities. They didn't have these earlier in the day.
I didn't use any more activities because they were not too much fun. I'm sorry. It's not like what a profound dialogue or something like that, which I like that in the gardens of Cold Steel, in Michelin, and all that kind of thing. Wait, I hear a voice, and is that something's crying? Why me? My horrible luck finally makes sense. It's all because I've been cursed. That's got a bit sad. Sounds like he's got no in the best mood either. Maybe I should pop in real quick to check on him. Hey there, sorry for bargaining. There's Brigand, what are you doing here? Nothing, just thought I hear somebody blubbering their eyes out and figure I should look into it. Rooming with Walter, it's that bad, huh? I wasn't bubbling. Do I look the blubbering type to you? And while I certainly am not pleased to share space with that brood, there are far more concerning matters on my plate at the moment. Okay, then lay it on me. What's the problem? There's things. The reporter named Marielle, you know, the one who was taking pictures for tourists earlier today? Yeah, I know her. Looked like she was giving them away. Well, a little while ago I received a few pictures of my own from her. That's when I saw it. A strange white shadow hovering over me. Oh brother, that's got you so upset. Hey, this is a big deal, right? Here, see that for yourself. Huh, there really is something there. This was taken out in front of the abandoned church, huh? Wonder what the haze is. See, I told you there was something strange going on. It must be a ghost, and it's been haunting me this whole time. Well, at least you got a pretty cool picture out of it. How can you be so blazed out about this? This is evidence of paranormal activity, ghosts caught on camera. Even modern science hasn't been able to provide proof of the afterlife. How are you not absolutely petrified? I don't know what to tell you. If the higher elements are at work here, I would be so surprised that a place like that was teeming with ghostly-looking monsters. There's lots of stuff that can't be explained with science. Doesn't mean you are being haunted. You must take me for a fool. I should have known, you won't understand. First I had to deal with that horrible incident in Basel last year, then I lost my job, and now I can't even take a proper vacation. I'm positive it's all because of this evil spirit. There's simply no other explanation. As long as it's not got its claws in me, my life will be filled with nothing but misfortune. How will I ever rid myself of this horrible affliction? Look, if you're that scared, why don't you try and figure out what that white blob actually is? Sure, it looks like a ghost, but maybe it's just like when people see celebrities in Eder Toast. I remember that. Do we still do that? I suppose the unknown is something more scary than the truth. But now do you suggest we investigate the identity of a ghost? The very idea is ridiculous. Actually, I think there may be a few people on this island that know a thing or two about spirits. But I already hate to leave him like this. If I ignore it all, he may just become even more of a headache. Should I help? Yep. How about this? I will figure out what's going on with this ghost thing as long as you put in a formal request. Request, oh, you must be in your 4 SPGs. As luck will have it, I know some people on the island right now who could be considered paranormal specialists. With their help, I'll be able to figure out the truth behind your little ghost problem. And hey, if it really is a ghost, all we have to do is exorcise it. I figured that I'd be a lot more constructive than just sitting here freaking out about it anyway. As much as your skepticism irks me to an end, you do make a good point. Fine, I'll formally request your service. Although I'm not sure how far I trust this specialist of yours. Guess it's a deal. In that case, mind if I borrow that picture? Gladly, in fact I'd rather you have it anyway. Alright then, I'll get back to you after I talk to Marielle and the others. Actually, I maybe even have to come by to give you an ensemble. Just wait here for now. Of course, but make sure you're quick about it. Well, guess I should go find Marielle and then... May be a good idea to talk to someone familiar with the island too. Maybe the village manager? Could also ask the grass leader for help. Although I don't think Celeste was ever all that good at the whole Claviorsen thing, she'll probably just stick to hitting up her partner. Then there's Shizuna. Think she mentioned something about having spiritual powers back when Meyer possessed Yumi. May be useful. I'm sure at least one of them is capable of clearing up this mess.
Okay, time to get to work.
Alright, I will go for... Oh, connection, we got 2 connection, nice. Wait, I want to speak to Marielle. Marielle, where's Marielle?
Let me ask you something.
I didn't realize I caught a ghost in one of my pictures. It's all my fault that Mr. Townsend so on edge about it. If only I had checked them beforehand. I should go and apologize. It's not your fault, I'm pretty sure the guy's just paranoid about anything and everything. Anyway, do you usually see stuff like this in your photos? I won't say it's common, but I have taken some that were pretty similar. But my co-worker at the Tyrell Times have said I'm the only one who's had this issue. Maybe she just has a knack for capturing ghosts on film? Did you notice anything strange around the time that you took the picture? No, I don't think so. I think it was something around dusk. I was just getting ready to turn in for the day, and that's when I spotted Mr. Townsend. He was trying to get inside the abandoned church, but it seemed like he'd given up. I figured I would take a picture so that he could have a nice keepsake. Oh, I almost forgot, that's the only picture I took with white the flash on. Also, that's about the only thing out of the ordinary that I can recall. The flash, huh? That may have something to do with the house then. Thanks for the info, Mario. Of course, happy to help. Guess I better keep working on my way down the list.
Got a question for you.
I see, that certainly looks a bit spooky. With you being the manager and all, I thought maybe you may have some idea of what it could be. Anything come to mind? Well, to be frank, I don't think I ever hear talk of ghosts around here. That's not to say we haven't a few slightest old disturbance, of course. Mind telling me about them? Certainly, one of our guests was taking a walk one night when they say they saw an enormous, terrifying shadow. People were concerned about the possibility of it being a monster, but after conducting an investigation the following morning, we came to the conclusion that it was likely only a wild animal. Because the street lamps were stretching its shadow, it seemed much larger than it actually was. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Knowing there haven't been any ghosts sighted in the past is helpful on its own though. I'm sorry I couldn't provide you with any more information. Please let me know if there's anything else I can do to assist you. Sure thing, thanks. Guess I better keep working. Okay. Oi! I've been wondering for some time now, what about exactly is the story behind your attire? And no need to alarm, this is merely special effect costume. Costume. I see, forgive my awareness. Especially effect, you say? How very intriguing. Then these guys incorporate elements from Eastern folklore but with a modern twist through. Moreover, the detail weathering on the surface evokes the weird antier of a genuine historical warrior. Impressively done, you have my compliments. To receive praise for the renowned director Lam is an honor. No wait, that's all there is to it. I sympathize with your confusion, director. After all, this island has a sudden influx of new guests, including those of, should we say, sitting persuasion. If that's the angle you're talking, then it's equally strange to see a man and a woman of the cloth on a beach vacation. Even Edius servants require time to set down their burdens. Feel free to reach out to me should the need ever arise, Director Lam. I once had the privilege of seeing Director Gotti at work, but I'm also curious about your process as well. No way, that's all there is to that either. Thank you for the offer, we'll be in touch if the situation calls for it. On that note, I've been meeting one fascinating individual after another. For example, if you will allow me to let my imagination take flight, before the seat, 3 men border the oldest by a tremendous duty, the younger by their weighted past, Ace. Being surrounded by so many dramatic inspiration really gets my creativity juicy flowing. He's a scary home the mark he is. World famous director must have an eye for this sort of thing.
Got a question for you.
Sorry to spring this on you, we're someone nowhere, but can I get you a take on something? Why certainly. It's care large duty to let near those who seek one, no matter how disreputable they may. Could go on without the last bit, but thanks. So you wish to know what this ghost really is? I'm not seeing anything odd from the picture itself, but knowing it was taken on this island does make me wonder. That's a bit more ominous than I was expecting. I think I should meet the Tausen. I will explain it more details there. Oh, are you a priest from the Septian Church? That's correct, my name's Leon, and I'm what one call a wandering priest. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. The picture Van shared with me didn't give me much to go on, so I thought it better to meet with you directly. So, do you think there is something going on with him? Worry not, friend, I don't sense any spirit on your person. Really, that's certainly a relief to hear from a priest. However, it will be prudent to keep your wits about you. This whole island had been stained by some sort of stagnant energy. What? What do you mean stained? Just as it sounds, I felt a very particular sensation ever since we stepped foot here. It's as if a dark cloud is looming over the entire island. I won't know more until I have the chance to conduct a more thorough investigation, however. At any rate, it's uncommon for spirits to congregate in a place with an excess of energy. Even if you are being actively hunted at the moment, it is still possible that something has its eye on you. I suggest you stay indoors after nightfall. I will also be mindful not to get into any mishaps during the day either. I see, so much for being relieved. Well, this was a strange turn of events. Thanks for the help, Leon. Not at all, I'm glad to be of assistance. If you have no further need of me, I'll go ahead and take my leave. Farewell. Guess I better keep working. Oh. Pick a fight with me one more time and you are getting shipped off this island in a body cast. Is that a promise? Hearing that only makes me want to mess with you more. That hell, do I look like I'm joking? Settle down, you two. While I very much like to see how a showdown between you will play out, we should want to spoil the wonderful dinner we just had. Why don't the four of us converse a bit? Chances like this don't come around often after all. Damn, you really got an all-star table here. Chances encounters such as this could only happen at a luxury resort. I don't really care to get chummy with a Ikuraga big wing, but you know what they say about missed opportunities. In that case, let me ask you something I've been dying to find out for a while now. Just how powerful is the head? Oh. Do you refer the Ain Selnat? Yes, she's a person of interest for Madu Company as well. Oh, is this the same woman the Carnelia series was based on? I've been curious about her for a while myself. They say she's as strong as she is beautiful. Yeah, you better off not lumping the book after character in with the commander. Anyone on this continent who can go toe to toe with her at her best would have to be the same league as the Golden Rakshasa. Oh, the Golden Rakshasa. That will be the famed former general of the Empire, Aurelia Le Guin. That the two of them are on equal playing field says quite a bit on its own. She doesn't come out from behind the curtain much, but screw with her and even you get burned, and that's just for started. You don't say. Well, now we just have to throw down. Maybe I could put in a 4SPG with Van and have him lure her out somehow. I won't be so certain, as if I'd be stupid enough to accept it. What do you think the S in first TPG stand for? Suicide?
Got a question for you.
I see. Chasing down a ghost, huh? Sounds like a pretty fun job. Kind of fitting for this island, don't you think? What's that supposed to mean? It's nothing to worry about, at least for the time being anyway. Look, if you're not gonna tell me, you could at least stop being so full-body. Anyway, to answer your question about my abilities, yeah, I can detect evil spirit, I can even exercise them too. But based on this picture, I don't really think that's what you will need for me. That's not to say Towson isn't being haunted though. Well, would you mind stopping by to take a look at him? I get the feeling he wanted a diagnosis straight from the horse's mouth. Sure, I don't mind. Why don't we head over now? Hey, it's Alden. Bro, somebody to see you. I'm sorry, but who are you, miss? She's someone important from the east. Got a talent from seeing spirits too. My name is Shizuna. Nice to meet ya, Mr. ex-CEO. Yes, likewise. I don't believe I quite understand, but whatever insight you can offer would be most appreciated. Was there anything you noticed about the picture? I didn't get the sense that there is something ghoulish going on, if that's what you mean. But I figure I could at least check you out, just in case. Yeah, as I thought, you're no host to a ghost. You do seem to be giving off some pretty negative vibes though. Negative vibes. Yeah, I guess it may make more sense to say he's irritated or annoyed. Here, let me put it like this. Strong negative vibes attract bad things. Usually it's general misfortune, but other times it's evil spirits. Anyway, I don't know your situation, but I recommend trying not to worry too much. Whoa, wasn't expecting you to go giving the guy life advice. The reason I came here in the first place was to refresh myself. I just had so much bad luck lately. Well, nevertheless, I appreciate your suggestion. However, none of it explains anything about the white haze in that picture of mine. Do you know what it could be? Well, at the very least, I don't think it's a ghost or a human. What's that supposed to mean? I may know a thing or two about spirits, but I'm not a medium, you know. Guess it's just something you will have to rack your brains out. Alright then, thanks again for your help. Yeah, thanks for your time. Alright, I think that's just about everybody. There are a lot of different opinions, but nothing really substantial. Maybe I'll have better luck investigating around the area. Oh, what are you doing here? Oh, it's you. I was just trying to familiarize myself with the terrain, but I noticed an unusual aura coming from that abandoned church. What do you mean? I mean, I definitely catching a whiff of something, but I can't quite place what it is. I say it's because you like the proper training. Anyway, I'm assuming you have business over here? Yeah, I could say that. Somebody asked me to take a look around them. I see, it could seem that Werner's former CEO still was a number of unresolved entities. That being said, I'm surprised a Spriggan will even take a job like this. What? Got a problem with that? The only reason I took the guy on was because I didn't want him getting any more carried away than he already is. Anyway, what did you think about the picture? Anything stand out to you? Not particularly. I thought the white blur was odd, but nothing more than that. I see. Guess I'll just have to keep digging. Well, should we get going? We are going to the same way after all. You are not exactly my ideal partner, but after you, I suppose. What do you mean, no ideal? Huh? So this is it, huh? It sure is a lot more creepy at night. It's very odd for the Deception Church to leave behind ruins like this. You usually only find the near abandoned village evacuated due to ongoing conflicts in the area. Now that you mention it, I guess it's pretty strange. Anyway, I got some investigating to do, so this is where we go separate ways. You will find no argument for me, however, I would like to know how you end up resolving this issue. And you think it may relate it to that weird feeling you mentioned earlier? Yes, I prefer to have as much evidence as possible before drawing any conclusion. Well, if I find anything on my end, I'll sure to fill you in. I appreciate it. We'll speak later. Good luck. Alright, I still have no clue what made that white haze. Guess I'll try using the shard. They always have a way for us to use the shard seeking thing.
Ooh, this looks like a good fishing spot.
We don't fish. The track seems to end here. Their patterns make me think that's got some level of intelligence though. But there's no way it's human, it's gonna be a monster. The only question is what kind, and does it actually have anything to do with all this ghost business? Plus the footprints are incredible around, I feel like I've seen them before. So a bit up orbital lighter. What's an orbital lighter doing here? Looks like it's been through hell and back, still got some life left and in it though. I doubt somebody from the village would like litter like this, it must have belonged to a tourist. I'm guessing they came out here at night to see how long they could hold out in a test of courage. They probably could get so scared they dropped their lighter and ran for it. Look at that activity for species connections. What is a medallion? Is it the first time I can see the goddess in the sky? In the sky? The winged goddess? It's all cracked too, almost seems like somebody smashed it in the underfoot. Makes sense for something like this to be left behind in an abandoned church, but something about it feels off. I guess that covers everything I wanted to look at. I don't think there's anything else worth examining here. I better go report back to Kasim. Already done with your investigation? That was faster than I expected. Well, it's not like it's a big church. Anyway, figure out what that weird aura was all about. No, seems I was just a bit too late. It appears to be unrelated to your photo issue, however. You don't say. Excuse me. Marielle, what are you doing here? What do you think I'm doing here? I'm here to investigate the photo I took, of course. I feel kind of guilty, so I thought I may as well lend you a hand to make up for it. I figured you will want to take a look in the church, so I decided to come out here myself. Lucky guess? I didn't know you've been working with someone from Marduk though. Hope I'm not intruding. Not at all. Actually, you may just be right on time. It will seem Vance determined to the true identity of your ghost. Already? Well, it's pretty easy to piece together once you look at the evidence. First there was a small... The small round cracks I found using shard search, those are the key. Round cracks, what do you mean? From them we can infer that we are dealing with a monster that doesn't have legs. But it could fly, there be not cracks that at all, so it hopes. But put that together with a small and round, there is only one thing, it could be a palm. A palm? A palm? Sorry, I'm not sure familiar with that monster. I'm drawing a blank. Palms in a bit every region of Zemuria, so it's little surprised that be here as well. They are incredible adept at blending into their surrounding, however, they are also quite skeptical skinchings. Personally, I haven't seen many around lately, but I have heard there is been recent sign of a special shiny type that glows. They come in a wide variety of colors, but the white one is the most common. Maybe I've never seen one because they are so good at hiding. I guess the only question left is how that white hazer and palm ended up in a shot. Yeah, that's quite the important part. You said you had the flash on and you were taking the picture of 1000, right? My guess is that our little friend was hiding outside the church, but was started when the light went off. I must slip behind 1000 at just the right moment. Oh, you're right, that will explain everything. I'm not so sure Mr. 1000 will accept it unless we show him some kind of photography evidence though. You think we can get it pop out again if I take another picture with the flash on? I'm not sure. Honestly, I feel like spooking it just by entering the chapel. But given the track Dan found, I assume it's still somewhere around here. You think maybe it's too scared to come out? Guess I would just have to find another way to convince Mr. 1000. Actually, I think I can lure it out. We come all this far, right? May as well get some solid proof. This should be interesting. Huh? Oh, it's really worked. I better grab the photo. Oh, Nibbles, should we give a chase? Well, we can't just let him go. Be dangerous to let a monster roam about on the main road. Looks like we got at the little guy corner. But he seemed to have called for reinforcement. They're closing in on us. What are those things? Not really, yeah.
Give me your worst.
Hey, no.
Bring it on!
Give them your all! Boost gauge limiter unlocked!
Breathe your
Activating
last.
skill.
Sucker! Got your number. Breathe your last. Weak. Chance.
Full boost! Go all out!
Stay on guard.
Weak. There.
Give them your all!
Beginning
Activating
skill.
Barbarian.
Raid! Weak. My move now.
Stay on guard.
Give them your all!
Here goes.
Give them your all!
Time for the mission. Vandalize!
Boost speed limiter unlocked!
Strike. Activating skill.
Got your number. Got your number. Got your number. Chance.
Full boost! Go all out! Initiating drive!
Got your number. Got your number.
Breathe your last. Enemy down.
Chance.
Stay on guard.
Don't stop now. Dice. Let's wail on him.
Very well.
It's over. You're gone. Got your number. Strike. This one's yours, Tom C.
Come on. Strike!
Gotta get back on my feet. There. Got your number. Gotta get back on my feet.
Activating
Brace
skills!
yourself.
Boost speed limiter unlocked!
Get in over there.
There seem to be a risk. Enemy down.
Okay. Okay, nice, good, because I would have died. All clear. That pawn was a hell of a lot tougher than he looked. Nice job, you two. I was able to get some great picture during all the commotion. The pawn was so fast, some of the shots came out a little blurry too. I'm sure Thousand will be convinced once he gets a look at this. Nice work, kid. Guess I'll be able to wrap up this job after all. What about you? Got anything else to take care of? Actually, I think I'll be retiring for the evening. I still have a lingering concern, but I will be best to review the whole situation before taking action. I see. Review the situation, huh? Guess I should probably do that myself. Especially with all that weird stuff we are running into lately. Well, if you're ready, what do you want to say we head back the villa? You are right, this monster is about the same shape as the blur in the other photograph. Right, so you weren't actually being haunted. Did the palm just happen to pop up in the middle of the shot? That's all there was to it. I'm ashamed at how much I let this whole thing ruffle my feather. I'm so sorry, Mr. Towson, it's all my fault. If I had just checked the photo more carefully before I handed them over, none of this would have happened. If anyone deserves blame, it's that monster for getting in that way. This was no fault of yours. Well, I appreciate for you saying that. Still, if we make into account what Miss Shizuna and that priest had to say, it's not rather likely that we could encounter some spiritual phenomenon in the future. Best to prepare at any rate. Perhaps I'll go see if they happen to know of any precaution to take. Good point. From what they say, there's something strange about this island, spiritual or otherwise. This situation is so complicated already, so this just makes it worse. Van, are you alright? Yeah, it's nothing really. Anyway, if you get into a pitch at night, you could always ask your roomie to help. I'd be real happy to have something to beat the shit out of. The only problem is the room may not be intact afterwards. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be comforting or terrifying, but I suppose I'll just have to consider it. I almost blew our cover. It's wild that he could tell we were around, even if he is in the calm scene. Worked it out okay though. The way things are going, tomorrow ought to be pretty entertaining. Yeah, maybe. Not that I am in a hurry to take on any extra work though. Anyway, there is a way more suspicious of the church now, so I'll switch it to a backup location for now. Roger that. Oh man, I'm sure like to go mess around with them a bit, but I guess we'll have to save that for later. Look forward to more, everybody. We're gonna have one hell of a time.
That takes care of that.
So they're here after all, of course.
Reward deposited!